cause those of the synagogue of Satan who say that they are Jews and are not but lie, I will make them come and bow down at your feet and make them know that I have loved you. You must define who Revelation chapter 3 verse 9 is, because I don't see any Christian Zionists talking about this passage at all. They're just talking about, you gotta support the Jews, they're God's chosen people. Ted Cruz went so far as to say, listen, that if you say Christ is king, that's an anti-Semitic statement now. Is that crazy? He said it. That is a man who has received millions of dollars from AIPAC and cannot be trusted. I'm actually thankful that the mask is off the Zionists. America is a vassal state and has been for some time. John F. Kennedy threatened Israel, the prime minister, and he said, hey, we're gonna oversee your nuclear program or you're not gonna have one. And he said, you will seriously jeopardize, this is a quote, seriously jeopardize, end quote, the relationship between the US and Israel if we don't oversee your nuclear program. He got shot a few months later. Publicly, ritualistically, in front of everybody, we run your country. Charlie Kirk starts speaking out about Zionism, being negative about it, shot in the throat, publicly, ritualistically, in front of all of us. Well, I'm not thankful for their deaths, but I am thankful that it has caused so many to question what's going on. Why are we attacking Iran? Israel wants to. That's a vassal state. When another king says, raise up your army and come fight this other king with me, read it in the Bible. That's a vassal state. My question is, do you still want to be a vassal state? And if you don't, you're going to need to learn who the synagogue of Satan are so that you understand you're not dealing with the Jews of the Bible. They don't return and rule Jerusalem until the day of the Lord when Jesus returns. That's clear in Jeremiah, that's clear in Ezekiel and multiple other prophets. They don't come rule Jerusalem until Jesus comes. If you just understood that much of Bible prophecy, you would know, oh, the group that's there right now isn't the Jews. So Ptolemy writes this, quote, the Jews are such by nature and from the beginning, whilst the Idumeans, Edomites, were not Jews from the beginning, but Phoenicians and Syrians, but being afterwards subdued by the Jews and compelled to be circumcised and to unite into one nation and to be subject to the same laws, they were called Jews. They were called Jews not because of their descent, but in regard to their religion and manner of life. Hence, it was that the kingdom of Herod and his posterity were called, quote, the kingdom of the proselytes, end quote, by the Hebrews. This all comes down to Jacob and Esau. Esau pretending now to be Jacob and steal his lands, and Jacob soon coming and taking back the land on the day of the Lord.